Hey everybody, I'm Stephen Rush. I'm one of CJ's teammates from UNC Asheville, and I mean, what a guy! When you think of CJ, like I said today during the service, always laughter. Everything that I remember had me laughing, holding my side laughing. Guy that was just full of love, full of life. Could talk some trash with the best of them. He would never admit to it, but if you play cards or something like that with him, he was gonna try to cheat. You have to watch that guy. But there's a couple stories that come to mind. One is I was also like the team barber. I learned how to cut hair back when we was in college, and so CJ was a frequent flyer. He always had to have a fresh shape up, fresh beard when it was time to for the weekends to get here. Not necessarily for the games, but for the weekends, but definitely for the games as well. And I get done cutting his hair and doing his beard, and he'd be in the mirror. He'd be in the mirror, in my bathroom, mind you, for 10 minutes. Just talking about how good he looked, talking to himself. And I mean, he would just have us dying laughing. I'm trying to get him out of there so I can take a shower and get ready so we can go out. And then when we would go out, everywhere we went, everybody had to know who CJ was. I mean, it's hard to not notice a guy that's 7'1", 7'2", especially with a personality like he had. He loved people, always had, never pushed people away or made it awkward when they'd ask how tall he was. Always a nice guy, straight up and down. And Big Slim would hit that dance floor, and let me tell you something. It was a sight to see. He could heel toe. He'd be trying to crip walk. He'd be doing the A-Town stomp. It was a couple times we got a couple teammates that were from Tennessee, so we go hang out with them, and he's grabbed somebody's cowboy hat, and he's out there line dancing. I mean, it's a sight to see. A guy that's 7'1", and the reactions from other people, and just a friendly, easygoing guy. So I'm just glad that he left us with some of those memories like that. And another story that comes to mind is one of the things that Coach Biedenbach used to do in the preseason was you had to run a mile. And the guards had to run it in like 5.5 minutes. The bigs had to run it in like 6 or 6.5 minutes or something like that. I don't think CJ ever finished in less than 9 minutes. You know, if he even did then. But he always cut him some slack. And it was one particular day where I was determined to make this mile time, right? And so I made it in like 5:40 something. Still didn't meet the cutoff. And so on the way back, you know, if you didn't make it, you had to run it again. So on the way back, I'm venting to CJ. I'm like, man, I'm not doing this no more. I'm tired of this. He better play me. CJ hyping me up. He my right hand man every step of the way. Yeah, man, forget that mile. He got to play you. We can't win without you. Forget that mile, man. Don't worry about it. Just do the best you can, man. You've been doing all right. So we had another guy on the team who was a guard, but he ran the mile in 4:59. And so the reason I say that is we had a game against Texas Tech that year. It was when the season started, and Texas Tech beats us by like 64 points. Worst butt whooping I ever took in my life on the court. And so me and CJ happened to come out of the game around the same time. And I look at CJ as we at the end of the bench grabbing some water. And I'm like, man, I'm tired. I mean, this team is running past us like we just standing there. Like we ain't ever played basketball a day in our life. And I said, man, maybe we should have made the mile times. He looked at me. He was pointing at Oliver, the guy that ran the 4:59. He said, man, you see that dude right there? He ran the 4:59. He tired too. Man, we just died laughing at the end of the bench trying not to get in trouble. But like I said, what a dude. And another story I can leave you with that comes to mind is, what was it? Let me press pause and come back to it.